Hey guys, what's shaking? Listen, this is going to be a pretty important video. Young lady named Carmen and I have been chatting through DMs, on and off. She's having a difficult time sending love and prayers her way. Everybody else should. She's been trying to practice gratitude. She's been following me. She's finding it very difficult because of some of the events that are taking place in her life. She knows I'm sharing this because I told her I think more people can learn from this. But listen, Carmen, the events of your life are the reason that you're straying from mindfulness and gratitude. She also asked me what led me down this path and when did I know it was time. It's simple. Parkinson's. Parkinson's led me down a path of devastation in my life. It took me a long time to see the beauty that Parkinson's. It took me a long time to recognize the beauty that Parkinson's was putting in my life. And I truly believe that it aided in me making some of the worst decisions of my life, hurting the people that I love the most, even myself. That's not an excuse. Nothing is ever an excuse to hurt people. You have to own your own shit, and it took me a while to do that. But listen, while it took me a while, I know now I'm the best version of myself I've been in a long time. And it took a lot of dark days to realize I had a strength that I never knew I had. It took a lot of faith, psychology. I stumbled upon Stoic thinking, which is huge. It turned my life around and made me realize just how fragile life could be and short it could be. And I didn't want to waste it anymore. I didn't want to agonize over decisions I made in the past or be anxiety ridden about what could or couldn't happen in the future. It's not about being perfect. It's about being persistent. Even with gratitude, even once I had gratitude, I would still make a ton of mistakes. Listen, one of my downfalls was not practicing what I like to call the power of the pause. For lack of a better term, I call it the power of the pause. Listen, it's human nature. Even my psychologist told me it's human nature to get upset over life's events and to get defensive when people are trying to hurt you. And I've had plenty of practice with that. But I realized that what happened to me was I realized that retaliation, while it was probably warranted and justified, it was causing me to hurt the people I love the most as well as myself. So it was pretty much in those moments that I realized gratitude wasn't enough and that I needed to learn how to deal with my shit a little better. Just think about the power of the pause. All the best decisions are made after you take a moment to pause. You wouldn't run into a dark room with no lights. You'd run into every piece of furniture that was there. You would take a minute, turn the lights on. You wouldn't go out tomorrow without knowing what the weather was like and how you should dress. Think about baseball. The batter's not going to get in the box and, without knowing what the situation is and what his job is at that moment. Do I bunt the runner over? Do they need a double? Should I walk to get on base? So a lot could be realized in that taking a moment to think. I think there's great power in taking a second just to assess the situation and give the proper response. And truthfully, give it only the amount of time that it's worth in your life and your well-being. But I will tell you, before any of this, came a pretty exhausting and very eye-opening evaluation I had to do to myself. Because you have to do that first, or nothing else matters. So listen, I've mentioned a while back. A lot of people keep asking me about what methods work for me and with my Parkinson's and trying to deal with it and keep my head on right. And I keep talking about Stoic thinking and gratitude. So I think I'll do this. I'm going to release a little mini series of videos explaining how mindfulness and Stoic thinking help guide me and kind of keep my head afloat, while battling this disease every day. I definitely think it could help a lot of people. So I'll start working on it. I'll try to release one a day for the next week or so, Carmen. Listen, hang in there. We're going to get you right. You're part of a great family here, and a lot of people are sending love and hugs your way. I'll get back to you. Talk to you soon. Love you.